Hello Reformers and welcome back to Pendor. Now, when we left off, I had a number of you making a couple of comments about the tournament and why the entire episode last time was tournaments. Well, that's the thing, I was actually saying some pretty important stuff in the previous episode, so if you're not interested in that, I don't know why you're on my channel, but okay. If you don't really care what I have to say, then it's kind of a bit weird, isn't it? Anyway, let's go and fight in the next round here, and if this is if this is going to annoy some of you, then I suppose I've done my job correctly, isn't it? Okay, well anyway, as you can see, this is the final round. I have not, as I said in the previous episode, it was going to be a tournament episode, by the way, so yeah, if you didn't want to watch tournaments, then you don't have to. Anyway, point is, this is the final round, and I'm a little bit worried about this because we have a person against us on a horse. Not very happy about that, but this is the final round. This is the tournament at SES, by the way, so I'm pretty good here, hopefully, and yep, there you go. Now, I was up against Shadow Legion Centurions, and they are very difficult. They are very, very difficult. Very fast in terms of their swing speed, but there you go. That was it. So That's all I wanted to do here, and as I said in the previous episode, I'm going to be making my way over probably to Ethos and then Kishnomen or Janos or something like that. I'm going to buy a couple more enterprises. As you can see, it's now 50,000 that I have in my inventory. Alright, so on my way to Kishnomen, and, well, technically I have already been to Kishnomen, but yeah, also, by the way, that's an inside joke from my previous Pendor series. I mispronounced Kishnomen, so you'll kind of get that. I'm not saying it incorrectly, it's just an inside joke, so hopefully you'll get that. Now, anyway, otherwise, we have Caliph Barman here. Yes, not bartender, but barman. Yes, and, yeah, and he wants Donovan for 1 week, and I'm actually going to give him Donovan for 1 week because I'm pretty much just waiting anyway. I'm just kind of waiting, running around, trading, doing all that sort of thing, so hopefully that's going to mean that he will then have plus relation with us, and I'll be able to purchase an enterprise at Kishnomen, because I was able to purchase one at Janos, but I was not able to purchase one here because we have a bad relation with him, so hopefully this will make a difference. Really? Just a +1? Alright, so yeah, because he's only given +1 relation to us, I am actually going to go to the Guildmaster in Nautar instead, and I'm just going to build a weavery and dye works here. Oh yeah, by the way, I built a tannery in Janos over there. So yes, that was the best profit for us. I think it gave us 467. This at the moment, the one at Nautar, is actually going to be giving us, what was that now? Did you see the number? Well, if you saw the number, then it's a pretty decent number for the weavery and dye works. As you can also see, the mercenary payment from Ravenstern is absolutely insane. Really, really nice. And as you can see, everything else is kind of supplementing the wages, which is also good. So that means we have just pure profit, basically, for the mercenary payment. So, yeah, I did actually notice. Oh my. Okay. Seems I'm going to have to do something real quick. Gonna have to do something. Thank you for the horse, and I'm gonna say goodbye. Goodbye to you. Julia is in my opinion, going to be staying because she is the first companion to join us, so that's absolutely fine. Anyway, point is, one of you did actually say that probably the best way to go about winning in Pendor, which is obviously, something that's on everyone's mind whenever they're playing a mod, they don't want to be stuck at the peasant level, for too long. You don't want to be running around. You don't want to be continuously getting captured and all that sort of thing. So it's always a nice idea to have a bit of a strategy. Oh, I already operate a tannery here. Oh, right. Oh, fantastic. Okay. I was actually just being like, oh, yes, I should probably go over there and get something. But no, I don't even need to. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, it's always, kind of frustrating to see your character constantly get beaten over and over, and there was someone kind enough to actually outline a pretty decent strategy when it comes to Pendor, and the strategy was to find as many nobles, in other words, noble units, Bacchus nobles and Ravenstern nobles and all that sort of thing, because they level up into hero adventurers, and obviously taking peasant women as well is very, very lucrative too. Now, the main way, actually, to gain peasant women is to defeat enemies, right? Is to defeat enemies that have you know, peasant women from villages and things like that, you know, as prisoners. And you can get all of those, and then you can get the maiden cavalry that level up into maiden adventurers, and eventually into heroine adventurers. And if you didn't manage to see the comment, then I'm just going to say that basically it's a really, really good way to get some nice progress going. And it might be something that we might try to employ ourselves, but personally I don't think I'm going to be able to amass that many, you know, hero adventurers and things. I'm probably not going to be able to do that, so yeah, you never know. It might be something that I might try to do at some point, but as it stands, it's just, I mean, you know me, I can't really find those things very easily, and if I do, then they're most likely going to die anyway, so yeah, it really just depends. But obviously being a mercenary is very, very good, and that is the main linchpin as to the reason why it is lucrative and a very, you know, sound, solid strategy to use, because obviously it is going to mean that you will have all of your wages paid by whoever you are a mercenary for, and because the hero adventurers obviously are technically mercenary units, kind of, their wages are going to be just insane. So obviously being a mercenary counteracts that, and then, you know, you're able to build up your army, and you're able to basically defeat anyone that you set your eyes on, and you know, that's perfectly fine. That's really good. And yeah, if you are wanting to win quite easily, then I would say that that is definitely the way to go. So yeah, obviously I kind of made a bit of a restriction on myself when I first started playing this particular series of Pendor, and the restriction was that I was not going to use other units. So I was going to use, you know, Ravenstern units and not much more. So the majority of my, you know, army was going to be Ravenstern units. And obviously now, you know, if you see my army right now, it's not actually that. It's Heretic Magnus, Heretic Worshippers, Rogue Blackheart Knights, you know, things like that. And yeah, okay, you know, they're not Ravenstern units, but for the most part, I do have Ravenstern. As you can see here, I have a majority of infantry that are from the Ravenstern, apart from the Mettenheim units, obviously. And then, of course, I have an overwhelming amount of Ravenstern archers. And you know, in time, I might decide, hey, you know what, I'm getting annoyed with X person. So, for example, if I'm getting annoyed with a particular vassal from an enemy faction, or if I just want to defeat, for example, that peasant army, then obviously the hero adventurer way to go is probably going to be an option. So, we're going to see how it goes. But as it stands, I probably am going to obviously recruit. Why did I not look at the items? Did not look at the items. I thought I had already looked at the items because I was talking and it took my concentration. Oh well, never mind. Doesn't matter. We are now technically at peace with the Fyrdsvain, so we can go over there and actually speak to the Guildmaster and see what we can do about purchasing something. That would be kind of nice. So tannery, that's 373, and weavery and dye works. Oh yeah, that is insane. So yeah, I think what I'm probably going to try and do is what I might like is to kind of switch out, shall we say, let's switch out the Heretic Magnus, the Rogue Blackheart Knights, and the Squires and the Worshippers, and obviously not the Maiden Warriors, because they become, you know, Heroine Adventurers eventually, and Vanskery Warriors, all this sort of Vanskery people as well. And what I'd like to try and do is try and swap those out for the various noble units that you can find, and then maybe level those up into hero adventurers, and then just have a bit of a balance. Because obviously, if you have an entire army made out of the hero adventurers, you're going to have a very easy time of things. So maybe I'm going to do it just to show you guys how it's done, you know, and how the army actually performs. Because obviously, it is a very powerful strategy, and you know, it's maybe something that we want to look into, because obviously we are technically wanting to help a claimant, and to have a very strong army is kind of a necessity, a requirement for that. So yeah, who knows, maybe I'm actually going to employ that strategy. I mean, I did say I was going to use Ravenstern only units, and you know, that would be kind of nice to stick to, but you know, Pendor can be pretty unfair at times. So it might be an idea to give Pendor a bit of its own medicine, if you know what I mean. So, who knows, maybe we're gonna do something like that. There's another tournament here. I might actually end up doing that. I'm gonna do that off screen, of course, because you don't want to see another one, but let's have a look. 457 and how much? 572 for the Weavery and Dye Works. There we go. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna do another tournament here. Mainly because, yeah, you got to do it during the day, but mainly because it's 22,000 that I literally cannot spare. I mean, I really want to continue purchasing enterprises all over the place, so probably be the best way to go. I'll probably see you in the penultimate or final rounds if I actually make it there. Alright, so yeah, I kind of thought that I've shown enough of the tournament, so I kind of didn't really bother about showing you that, but I have attained victory there, which is fantastic. That means I get a little bit of extra cash, and I've actually just spent that on a tannery here, and we're going to be heading into the tavern, because obviously I'd like to just, you know, check to see what's going on here. Maybe I can find... Ooh! What is this opportunity? 10 Singalian foreign spearmen. I have no room in my party. I'm terribly sorry. But yes, I don't think that that's too useful. That's also a shame. That is also quite the shame. I was hoping that we could maybe find the Red Brotherhood hideout, finally, so that I could actually get a rune weapon. That would be pretty nice, but obviously as it stands, it seems like that's going to take a bit of time, isn't it? Now, at least the Feared's Vein have declared peace with us, so that means I have the opportunity to go into Valenbray and actually loot the chest, because the chest is going to have a huge amount of various loot, I would assume. Am I going to the right ship here? I think I'm going to the right ship. Where is the chest, by the way? I think the chest is... Wait, am I on the right one? Or... Oh, no, there it is. Ah, phew. Okay, I was a little bit worried there. It was blending in. It was blending into the side. Alright, so yes, as you can see, this is as many times as I have been given, you know, basically, quote-unquote, tips and, you know, directions to go to Valenbray, and how many opportunities I have been given to basically get the Red Brotherhood hideout, and I've been unable to do it, so I have no idea what's going on with that, but we are gaining some really nice armor pieces here, some nice, superb black greaves, and yeah, I am actually going to take Sigismund's armor, by the way. I actually meant to do that initially as soon as we kind of started this episode, but I forgot, because I wanted to finish that tournament up. But anyway, point is, we have a huge amount of space, and I'm going to be taking all these pieces of various loot. This is going to really make a huge difference. Okay, so I'm actually just going to... I'm just going to swap out the jerkin there. I don't really need that right now. And there you go. Isn't that amazing? Okay, there are some pieces of various loot in there, but I don't really see the necessity to, you know, clear all of them out, because, you know, considering there's enough space there. Okay, so I'm actually just going to take one back, and I'm going to keep these gloves, because these gloves could actually be pretty useful for some of our companions. And let's see, is there anything else to sell? Wow, these armor pieces are selling for a huge amount. I wish these merchants had more money, actually, hilariously enough. Okay, so we're making a lot of money right now. 4,000 here, and there's a moose helm. There's a moose helm. I don't think I forgot about the moose helm. Thank you very much. Okay, so yeah, you can just pay whatever you can there. And is there anything nice? I've actually forgotten to check for the crossbows, which is a shame, but anyway, we're still gaining amazing amounts of money there. Look at that. That is insane. Alright, so I'm going to travel to the next town, and I'll see you there. Aha, alright, so I have arrived in Yaviksholm, and I personally feel like the best course of action for us right now is to... I'm actually going to keep this chess piece, and I think I'm going to keep... I don't even know. I'm going to sell this chess piece, and then I'm going to keep this one, because you never know. Someone might actually want to use it, because this is technically a full set of armor and a shield, so that's pretty nice. But yeah, I'm going to keep all those, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get a couple of books. I already have applied rhetorics. I think that wasn't that persuasion? I think that was persuasion. That was a really bad thing for me to read right there, wasn't it? Yeah, that was pretty bad. But anyway, as you can see, I actually have some pretty decent amounts of cash. So I'm gonna, improves Noldor relations. Oh, It improves nodal relations, you say? I seem to think that I want to do that. So let's go and do that. And is there anything else? +1 to surgery while in the inventory. I am the surgeon, technically. Let's actually buy that as well. Great leaders of Pendor, that's leadership. That is leadership. Maybe that would be a good idea. What else do you offer? Well, he offers the potion, doesn't he? Or he offers... No, that's Brother Randolph. What else does he offer? He offers the potion. Yeah, he does offer the potion. So who's Brother Randolph again? Oh, well, I seem to forget these things. Okay, okay, it seems I can actually... yeah, I can actually do this. The secrets of making loot and lyre are now known to the knighthood orders. Alright, well that's... I guess that's good to know, I suppose. Barclay Sappers, they're very good. Oh, there's Lethal Diran! Ah, yes, hello. Okay, I am going to be taking you, thank you very much. Yeah, there we go. We have our very own Noldor companion now, which is obviously going to make things much easier for us. Alright, so yeah, I already have a dye works here, which is fantastic, so I'm thinking... Let's just see what... Whoa, his wages. Did you see his wages? His wages are 300 and... I can't allow humans to handle my Noldor equipment, I'm sorry. Unlocks at level 30. Okay, well, we're almost there, I suppose. But yeah, look at his power strike, power draw, absolutely insane. Really, really nice. Alright, so yeah, he apparently has a level requirement for us. And our surgery is now up to 7, which is also good. And he's just going to be an absolute beast. So let's put him at the very top. And yeah, then I'm going to be taking and stealing Sigismund's gear. Yes, he's not going to be very happy with me right now. Oh, he's naked. Oh, no, now he's not. There we go. Now he's naked. Now he's not. Okay, so let's give him the Silver Valkyrie helmet so he looks a little bit better. And should I take... Yeah, I'm going to take his gauntlets too. I'm going to take everything from him. Thank you very much. Alright, so I'm going to start reading this. Stolen Notes of Luciana of Ethos. That sounds good to me. And I should probably sell this book, shouldn't I? I mean, I've already read it, so it's kind of pointless. Wait, can companions read books? Nope, I don't think so. All right. So tell me your story again. Thank you very much. Okay, goodbye. All right. So yeah, that seems good. That seems very nice, and we've actually gotten a really, really nice foothold now. And I think before the next episode, I'm going to be going around to all the taverns, and I'm going to be continuing to trade, obviously, but while I'm doing that, I'm going to subtly change my army around a little bit and see what I can do. Also, I'm going to be fighting every single party that has a bunch of peasant women in it, because obviously, as you can see here, these guys have farmers but no peasant women, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, we're going to try our best. Oh, the three... okay, so the 3 seers are right there. Probably want to avoid them. Thank you very much. But yeah, I'm going to try my very best to gain some peasant women, and maybe, you know, we'll start to sort of transition into a much stronger army than we were previously, and then we'll maybe be able to take on the peasant army themselves. Wouldn't that be amazing? I think that would be pretty cool. So let's go into the tavern here real quick. Ah, an opportunity. Red Fletchers. I don't know whether they're any good. Are they any good? There's Reaver again. Alright, so I want to sell all my prisoners. I don't even have that many, to be honest. Okay, so yeah, no, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm perfectly fine. And we do have some dye works here, amazingly enough, so I guess I'm just going to continue going around. We're going to get some tournaments. This is more of a bit of an update episode, isn't it? Yeah, it's a bit of an update, but obviously Pendor does take a long time to play, so do bear that in mind. And I guess that will be it. So I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.